Hello again everyone, nice of you to join us. Our batteries are fitted and working absolutely spot on. We're really pleased with them. So our adventures will continue, and I think the best thing to do now is to hear the noise of the engine and get going. So come on, let's see what happens. Certainly a late start for us this morning. So we expect quite a few boats. Well, we know, looking in front of us and the sun behind, there's going to be a bit of a queue at Green Locks, which is expected because it can be a bit of a bottleneck, but at the end of the day, no rush, and we'll have a bit of patience. At Cool Pilot, you know, we've got to be thankful for for like little organisations like the Shropshire Union Canal Society, who set up all these chairs and had a big burn-in with CRT in making Cool Pilot like it is. We are members of the Shropshire Union Canal Society, and we have been for many years, and we pay our little contribution each year to give them a bit of income, as many others do, to do repairs, to improve things, and also to help out with restorations, an example being the Montgomery Canal. So every little bit helps, but they're a good little organisation, them, and they certainly keep going. You can certainly tell people have been, should we say, waiting for some better weather, because as soon as we have a few nice days, more and more boats appear. No bad thing, because it's quite selfish to think you want the canals to yourself. Everybody should be able to use the canals as and when they want to, and none of this selfishness, what some people believe they own the canals and nobody else should be involved. There's a few like that, but thankfully the majority are like-minded people like ourselves. Beware obstruction. That structure there has been there as long as I can remember we've been boating. No idea what it is. I do know it's a good nesting site for birds though, that's for certain, so that's no bad thing. Thank you. Yeah, not bad. It is amazing really with people when they moor up. Between at Green Lock and this bridge ahead, it's only a small pound, but people moor up, which they're allowed to, but they moor up. Yet on this side where we are, which has got even nicer views, there's mooring for hundreds and hundreds of yards, and yet they choose to get in the middle of everything. Yeah, I must be a different type of boater. I always think about where we moor and what effect it can have on things. Always have.
Sorry, I wasn't rushing. For heaven's sakes, he was Spanish, he was Mexican.
Yeah, yeah. I just go here for now. Alright, thank you. Right. Thought I'd give you a little question, and you can answer in the comments. We've seen a few videos saying people have done so many locks, gone so many miles, etc. Just want to put a question to you and just see what you think. As people who've been watching this for a while now, this is our 46th year boating, and we still love it. We're not a 4 or 5 year stuff and that's it. We just love it as much as when we started. How many locks do we estimate we have done in those 46 years? I think it'll be quite high, that's for certain. Really will. As will the miles we've covered, but that's another story. So don't forget, if you've got an idea or you want an estimate, and I'll see who's closest, just put it in the comments and we'll let you know what we think our answer is. When it's not quite summer and the trees are still plenty of, not got much colour on them, you have got to be careful. If you value paintwork on your boat, I know some people are not too bothered, but like people who watch our channel, we love having a nice boat and having it looking its best, apart from the brasses, because we've not done them. We won't do them till summer arrives. Then we'll do them. But like I was saying, these trees and that, if you're not careful, you can easily go along them, and you see so many boats with long scratches along the paintwork. I know some are not bothered and it doesn't stop how your boat performs, but for us, we like being very careful on things like that. But others, like we've said, they're not bothered, and they just do whatever. But everybody has their own choice, and that's ours anyway. The Britisham weather, eh? I've not talked about it yet. Today is absolutely stunning, and it's so out of character for this time of year. It really is. You know, lock closures are still on. You know, stoppages are still being done. It's not open for the full cruising sessions yet, and yet you'd swear it was middle of summer. Absolutely fabulous, and it's a privilege to be out and about. Mind you, I think we deserve sparring anyway. Hi. Like I say, you've got to be very careful when you're coming along, especially with the sun in your face, with all them branches which can damage your paintwork. I think the boat what went past only hit a couple, so hopefully they got away with not doing too many paint, you know, not too much paint damage. Feels a lot wider now at these moorings at Nantwich. They've done a lot of cutting back, and it does feel more spacious, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's a lot better. Well done.
I agree. But today we're not stopping at Nantwich, we're carrying on. So we'll nip through. If we've got a chance of just nipping to the services, we'll do that. If not, we'll continue through. Well, this is the first time going over Nantwich Aqueduct. We've had a one of these boarders, I don't know what you call them, giving way to us. I suppose it's a very relaxing hobby anyway. Right. Right. Off we go. After a brief stop for a change, empty Nantwich services, which isn't so bad really, because there's a problem at Ardlam and we expected this to be a bit busier. So it might not be as busy as we think, the canals, even though the weather's turned out nice. But we'll see over the coming little adventures we have. But for now, we just carry on. Perhaps I'll give you some snippets of history shortly, or I might delay it. No, I might delay it till we do what we're setting out to do. And if that makes sense to you, you're as mad as me. On the left, this is the Nantwich and Border Counties Yacht Club Limited. There's always a few boats here because you get because you're in a club, you get favourable mooring rights, and you also, because there's a lot of you, sometimes you can get your diesel delivered for a cheaper price because there's a gang of you. But if you do moor there, you were expected to help out to keep it like it is, and it's a nice club, that one. And if you don't, it is frowned on a little bit. And our friends are on there as well, and we've moored up here temporary as we're going down here towards the back end on the left. We've moored up there temporarily to have a drink or a barbecue on a few occasions, and very relaxing too. I thought this would be a nice point to have a little bit of fun, followed by a little serious point at the end. But it's all just in a bit of jest and a little bit different. So let's see what you think of it. This is the little serious bit, and more people know now what a hard struggle it is for millions of people in the Ukraine, and any little bit of help will be greatly appreciated. It really will. So if you do your bit, you can definitely be described as a virtual tiller megastar. As we left Nantwich services and went under the bridge towards the boat club, that is the old canal, and you can tell that instantly without thinking, because the bridges along this section can take wide beam, but the other way, after the surface is going back towards where we moor, the bridges will only take narrowboats. So that's an easy sign to see. Blind bridges, they're everywhere. Long as both boats coming through go the right speed, it's alright, but it's when one's flying around and not taking the cur. We've had a few head-ons in our time, but we try to be very careful nowadays. Hi. Even though it's very, very early in the year for boating, even though you wouldn't believe it at the moment, there's been quite a few hire boats out, which is great to see, because they're very important to the waterways. They certainly are. And there's a couple coming past now from Cheshire Cat. They're at our marina at Overwater. Excellent, no nonsense boats they are.
This is the life, innit? That's it.
Quite a few boats around, certainly is. We've just gone past the Llangollen Junction, our second home, or feels like it was for a significant part of our life. But we can talk about that again. For now, we continue along the Shropshire Union. Now what we are wondering, because it's been a long day this, much longer than what we expected because of problems, queues at Green Locks, and the fact that we've been on super slow. We're going to see if we can get to the Bear Bridge and moor up, but it might be full, but we'll only find that out when we get there. Leaking full. Is there space on the right? I think it might be full here.
Turn around first.
Definitely no moorings near the pub, but on the right hand side we've definitely got a good mooring when we turn round, and of course it's only a little walk over the bridge to the pub, so no hardship. So I think we'll be sampling a few beers and ciders, as well as a nice meal very soon. First time we came to the Burr Bridge was in 1979. There's been a lot of ups and downs since. Different owners, different companies as well, because it used to be independent, but then the bigger companies took over. It's been through good times, bad times. It's been closed, it's been open, but we always try to make a beeline for it and see what it's like. I know when we first went, it was jazz nights. I think it was on a Wednesday. They were brilliant jazz nights, but not anymore. It's food and drink now, as are most pubs, food and drink only. But we'll be there soon, and we'll definitely be partaking of some refreshments, both liquid and food.